It looks like new Kanye lore drop. Kanye's in a state of perpetual tweaking, but he just dropped some new Frank Ocean lore.
Voted for Trump because I didn't even vote for him or say nothing. He had won. And after the fact, I said it. And niggas still, Frank Ocean pussy ass come over my house talk about Trump all day and how I should support Trump. Nigga, fuck you know about politics. Hey, nigga, I'm your motherfucking senior, your OG. Y'all used to come on tour with me, nigga. None of you niggas that tell me about politics, nigga. Fuck you think you read a book and now you can tell me some shit? None of these niggas as talented. I'm the greatest motherfucking artist that ever existed. Anything, a nigga might be just slightly better at one thing because they only do that one thing.
I'm a big fan of Frank Ocean. I like the Frank Ocean stuff. Channel Orange, Blonde. I even like Nostalgia Ultra, and the little visual album he did, Endless or whatever. I'm gonna count those as albums because the nigga has no type of real discography. But whatever. I'm a fan of Frank Ocean. You know what I'm saying? I like his work. So new Frank Ocean lure drop. Apparently in 2016, after Kanye, he did his whole thing where he said that if he did vote, he would have voted for Trump. He came out as a Trump supporter. Apparently, Frank Ocean he took a whole day off from doing absolutely nothing to go talk to Kanye about Trump and not supporting Trump. Me see Me personally, I have to agree with Kanye in this clip because what the fuck does Frank Ocean know about politics? This nigga is the creative director of the Democratic Party now. What the fuck's going on? This is giving me that Lady Gaga clip where Kanye was like, "What the fuck does Gaga know about cameras or whatever?" That's what this is what this gives me, and I have to. His criticism here is kind of valid. What the fuck is Frank Ocean? This nigga, bro. I love Frank Ocean, bro. I gotta talk my shit though. I gotta talk my shit about Frank Ocean. This nigga, I kind of gotta talk my shit about any celebrity. Cause what the fuck does these niggas be knowing about politics and why do they even care? Does anyone know where this nigga Frank Ocean lives? Does this nigga even live in America? This nigga is in a state where he's so successful as an artist. This nigga doesn't even release music. This nigga doesn't do his job. He doesn't work. What type of nigga can sit there and take a day off to go talk to a nigga about politics or some shit? Unless it's their job or something. Nobody who's even affected by politics would do that. Nigga, we gotta go to work. So this nigga sitting here with, a rich person, probably got all these properties, probably, we're struggling for like the last 4 years. This nigga probably was making all kinds of money. This nigga was probably his net worth probably went up. He probably owns some type of property. The value of it spiked within the last 5 years. So he's not the same as. What the fuck do you care about whether or not Hillary or Trump was elected as president enough to even go to Kanye? And the thing is, the nigga Trump already won. What the fuck does Frank Ocean care to go to to Kanye's crib? The nigga's already won. What do you care if Kanye supports him anymore? This nigga, fucking Hillary had Beyonce, Jay Z, Travis Scott, or not Travis Scott, Chance the Rapper, Pusha T, all these black people performing for her. A nigga says, a nigga didn't even vote for her. The nigga said if I did vote, or Kanye didn't even vote for Trump. He said if he had vote, he would have. Nigga, what the fuck do we care about what he would have done? Meanwhile, the whole entire time, this nigga Kanye he was paying dues to Hillary. He was paying dues to the Democratic Party. That shit's not weird to y'all. That shit's not weird. The nigga doesn't. He wasn't a Hillary supporter. He said that himself. He didn't resonate with the On With Her campaign or whatnot. But yeah, he still gave the campaign money. Why? Because in Hollywood, you have to pay dues to the Democratic Party. Probably someone, Kim Kardashian, or one of his many of Hollywood friends who, according to Kanye, a lot, some of them went to the island. I don't know why Kanye just dropped that lore. In his song World War III, where he says he knows some people that went to the island. Why the fuck would you go to the island? Meanwhile, the whole entire time, Kanye is defending Diddy, who's like Epstein Jr. He's like, Epstein was in charge of the demonic entertainment within DC, and Diddy's kind of like in charge of the demonic entertainment in the music industry. But whatever. Some of his Epstein friends probably told him that, he has to give dues. It's like when you're in church, you have to, if you get too deep into the church, you have this, sometimes depending on how deep you get, you have to pay dues. It's unfortunate. Well, Kanye got too deep into the satanic Hollywood, whatnot, the LA culture, and he had to pay his dues to Hillary and whatnot. So he pays his dues. He doesn't like Hillary. He comes out, Kanye's one of those individuals you sit there and make him try to make him do something. He's gonna do the opposite. He's not even gonna do the opposite. He's gonna go so far opposite to where we get him to where he's at right now, where he's tweaking and calling himself an N word. And I'm not talking, he's not calling himself a nigga. He's calling him something. But whatever. That's how we get to this point. This is the type of person Kanye is. He didn't like the fact that he had to pay dues. He didn't like the fact that he had to keep his support for Trump secret. And he doesn't like the fact that a bunch of celebrities were trying to tell him what to do, especially celebrities who have no knowledge in anything. Fucking Ti's taking a day off from doing whatever he's supposed to be doing. Ti actually works on like Frank Ocean, so Ti actually took a day off to sit there and go record a song and talk to Kanye about supporting Trump and whatnot, and then even started calling Kanye a bunch of racist ass names, all kinds of coons and whatnot. When Kanye went to go meet with Trump and whatnot, I'm sure everyone remembers this. So these niggas, all these niggas in Hollywood, the Diddy's, the Ti's, the Boosies, all these people, who I guess are in charge of keeping niggas in line, whatnot. I'll have to give Frank Ocean some type of respect though. Frank Ocean was nice enough to at least go see Kanye in person. Unlike a lot of these niggas who were supposed to be Kanye's friend, I guess, like Diddy or Ti or whatnot. But whatever. So, but I can't really give Frank Ocean too much fuck because that nigga does not be on the internet anyways. That nigga hasn't been on the internet since he got into beef with Chris Brown. That nigga don't be on Twitter or nothing. I don't even know if he still has a Twitter or Instagram or any kind of social media. Frank Ocean just does nothing. Like seriously, if America collapsed today, you think Frank Ocean cares? Like, like seriously, what is he sitting there talking to Kanye about? Is he sitting there explaining to Kanye about how Trump's economic policies are going to be are going to mess are going to be the downfall of America? What does Frank Ocean even care? Frank Ocean just go to another country. That nigga doesn't. He probably has most of his money is probably in, I don't know, properties, some other stuff. Who knows? Maybe he owns a bunch of gold. Who knows what type of stuff? I'm sure his most of his money isn't in like an actual bank. So Frank Ocean, I doubt cares about anything about America. If America fell to this day, a bunch of celebrities would just go somewhere else. Them niggas do not give a fuck about America, and they're not affected by what happens. I seen a girl at work, a lady at work during this previous election cycle. She was kind of tweaking, trying to get people, you know, to go vote for Kamala during the election, and you know, she was kind of she was kind of tweaking a bit, and a lot of people weren't really, she was a little bit deranged, but you know what? I can at least understand her perspective because, she works a 9 to 5 just like me and everyone else. What the fuck does Frank Ocean care about any of what was happening in 2016?